What's going on, man? Ladies in the seat, the hood mail, the great, and I just jumped off the porch with DGB. Stay tuned, man. You already know what's going on.
Girl, you know you bad when you sit up in that section. Gotta meet your mama, tell her you a blessing.
All right, so we got the one and only, the great, jumping off the porch with us today. Welcome, man.
What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
Man, I'm feeling great. How about yourself, bro?
I'm chillin', man. Just out here in the A, cool, you know.
Yes, sir,
Big
man.
weekend.
There you go, man. What do you got planned while you're in the city, man? There's a lot going on in Atlanta this weekend, bro.
I'm gonna tap in with some of my dogs, man, just to see what's going on in the city. I ain't been out here, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And who you got sitting behind you, man? You want to shout them out?
Oh, yeah. I got my two nephews and infamous Seti, man. Seti Low.
Okay.
We got a lot of money together, man. If you know, you know.
There it is,
A lot
man.
of paper.
Yeah, man. So, man, let's go ahead and dive into the story. So you from West Chicago, right?
The Westside of Chicago.
Okay.
Austin to be exact.
Okay, man. So talk about the West Side of Chicago, man. Like, fill us in. What's the way of life? What's the culture like, man?
I would say it's a hidden gem. You know, it's the smallest part of the city, but we got the most culture. We got a lot of aura, swag. So I would say we be fresh, you know, the fly side of the city. So you put us in a mind like if you was thinking New York, we Harlem.
Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all the flashy ones.
Yeah.
And like, what were you into as a kid growing up there? Like, what were some of your hobbies and everything, man?
I was a superstar athlete, man. Thought I was going to the league, you know.
What, ball, basketball or football?
Football, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know, I had double life. I used to like gambling, man. I used to shoot dice, so I used to just be gambling. So I ain't focused enough on sports to take it to the next level, though. So.
We talking how big we gambling? Like we talk about, man.
Thousands in high school. You know, at the end of the day.
In high school, thousands.
Yeah. It was a little different though. It was a little different when I was in high school, cause I mean we was already like wearing designer. You know, I went Pelly and Pradas back in high school. You know, that was the thing. I don't know how we was doing this shit, but we went Pelly, Pradas, Louis, Gucci, all that in high school. You know.
Yeah.
So then it came back cause designer wasn't really a thing. We was just bringing it around when we was in high school. Now it's like a full-on thing for everybody.
Of course, yeah. Like, what's the most you ever won or most you ever lost in a day then, man?
Man, the most I ever won in the dice game, back in high school, 3,000. Like, outside of high school, 6,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good amount though, man.
Yeah, it's decent, man. It's
He
decent,
said
man.
decent.
But I had to stop shooting. I had to stop shooting after a while, man, because I started getting money other ways, and then my dice shot wasn't as good, you know, and niggas started staining me. I started losing money. I was like, nah. I mean, I get hit. Most I probably lost is like 4,000. So when I started seeing that, I'm like, oh nah, let me cut it out, cut it off.
Yeah, a couple losses like that, man, that'll definitely make you want to say, fuck this shit, man, right?
Man. Yeah. That's exactly how it was, though.
Yeah. So did you end up going to like college after school?
I went to SIU in Carbondale, man.
Okay.
Hey, and then the thing is, we took the school over, man. We took the school by storm. Like, we started an entertainment company out there in college.
Okay.
And what we was doing basically was booking talent. So that's how I ended up working with a lot of artists early. Like, I worked with G Herbo in college. Like, we booked him before Dirk, King Louis, Z Money, Bandman Kevo, Sicko Mob. Pretty much the whole, like, a lot of artists, when we was on the come up, we was all on the come up at the same time. But I was on the other side, you know, trying to expose them while they was, you know, getting their careers off the ground. So
yeah,
that was pretty cool to do that back in school. You know, I was only like 21, so it was pretty cool to do that.
Yeah, what was that experience like? How would you describe your college experience, I should say then?
Man, I would say, in a nutshell, the three main things I learned was culture, diversity, and sacrifice. And why I say that is like, I come from the West Side, so I wasn't used to being around, you know, people from the suburbs or people from China or people from Africa. And these people was around, so it broadened my horizons quick, you know. And then the sacrifice, you don't got a lot of money, then you got to sacrifice your time to really do good at school. Then the culture was like pretty much, we brought the culture though. We really brought the culture. So everybody embodying our culture or whatnot. So this was back when the Fifis was out west and people was bopping and shit like that. So we brought that out to the school or whatnot, and it was a whole movement. So anything we kind of did, it became a movement or trendy. So I think just in a nutshell, man, that shit was what a time to be alive, if I could put it into a phrase or something like that, you know.
Yeah. And what'd you get your degree in?
Sports administration.
Okay.
So I ended up coaching shorties. I worked coaching shorties for years after that. So then we won. While I was coaching, we built a dynasty, won 3 championships in the span of 7 years. So,
oh shit!
And the park
Congrats,
district, yeah,
man.
some of my shorties in college strapping shit up still, you know, for sure.
Yeah, and you now live in Houston, right?
Okay, so I was living in Houston.
Okay.
But I'm bouncing around, so I'm really doing a lot of real estate. So I got stuff in Houston, Dallas, Chicago, of course. But I think I'm gonna go to Miami, man. I think
Miami's the next move?
Yeah, I think Miami calling me, man.
Okay. And what had brought you to Houston originally? Was it just real estate or?
Real estate, and then just to get out of Chicago. I've been there, you know, I grew up there, been there for a long time, and I just wanted to go to a different environment. I heard a lot of good things about Houston, and we went out there for a while. I went out there to check it out. It was pretty cool. I like Houston a lot too. I was in Dallas too, but
okay.
What I say, Houston more the culture. Dallas got, you know, both of them the culture, but Houston more the culture. Though.
Yeah. And I'm sure it was a big change of pace compared to Chicago too.
That's the whole thing. That was another reason. It's just like, it's slow motion. You know, they're, you know, in their mind, it's like, okay, it's fast for what they used to, but I'm from the, you know, the north. I'm from the north or the Midwest, basically. So our fast is a whole nother level because it's the city feel and everything is such close proximity, everything close together. Whereas, and you know, these southern places, everything spread out so far, so it just kind of create a different type of pace.
I dig it, man. I forgot to ask, when did you jump off the porch? How old were you at the time?
Man, from Chicago, you gonna be out the porch early. You gonna be out the porch in the gate, to be honest. If you're from the city, that's just how it go. That's the dynamics, unless you just not like that. But probably like 13, 12, outside, you know, me and my friends just outside, doing like bad kid shit at the point in time. Then if I ain't play sports, you know, I'll be a different human. You know what I'm saying? That saved my life. You know, there's a lot of my homies that play sports, quit sports. You know, they not here with us today. You know, so the sports kind of took me to a different path. I'm glad for it. Shit, I'm here to do out the porch with you. Know,
and how
shit
long?
Get real fast. I ain't gonna lie to you. Shit get it's a different pace. Whereas I'll give you a quick story. I'm like, man, kindergarten. I'm going to like one of the worst schools out west. And this is my first day at school. And I walk into school, they like, boy, we'll beat your ass, fat bitch. They tell me that in the gate, no, you won't. Like, all right, like, but that lets you know, like, this is how rigorous shit get. I'm only 6 years old.
God damn.
And that's just how it is throughout, you know what I'm saying? 6 to 18, if you want, you know, from grammar school to high school, that's the dynamics of Chicago. They're gonna put that pressure on you.
Yeah.
So either you gonna fold or you not, you know.
I dig it, man. And how long did you play football? Like up until like senior year or?
Senior year, man, then I got in my own way. Like when I got to college, I was just like, I ain't sitting on no bench. I was a star. Like you gotta think I was a star of my team, star of my program, and it's a lot of politics when you go into Division I programs and stuff like that. So I'm like, I ain't really trying to sit on no bench. That ain't my style. So, but if I had somebody to talk to, I probably would have sat on the bench, you know what I'm saying, or let it play it out a little different. Because there was some, I went through a lot of different situations. I kind of went through like a mild depression because I ain't had no outlet to release all this tension and testosterone. So I'm used to playing football, sports, doing these different things. Now I don't got any of that stuff. So kind of changed how I move. So if I could do it over, I probably still want to play because CTE and shit real. So
nah, for real, yeah.
So I probably still want to play, cause I think I did pretty good for myself.
There you go.
I think I did pretty good, you know.
Yeah, that CTE shit, that shit's scary,
real,
man.
Bro, it's real.
Because it's like, it's so new, like they still doing research on it. Like they really don't know the real, you know, side effects and everything.
And then, you know, my little shorties, I just was coaching again. Shorty them like in practice, they're like, I'm finna get CTE. But they making a joke. I'm like, you know, I'm like, damn, this shit different. Shorty them like, I'm finna get CTE. And there's people that really, they collide like, oh, CTE hit. And I'm like,
oh shit.
Damn. Like, okay, like this a whole different ball game. Like, we ain't think like that. I mean, but whole time it's truth to what they saying though.
Nah, real shit.
It's truth to what they saying. We ain't got the best equipment, like shit. We got what we could afford, so it probably is CT.
Yeah, even with the NFL, like they don't even want to address this shit.
They don't. It's just
they want to
man,
pretend like that shit
entertainment.
doesn't happen, man.
They like everything entertainment. That's how they coming about it.
Yeah, that's why you see Antonio Brown like kind of making a mockery out of it, like
that's
CTE
my
ESPN,
dog, though, man. Put that shit on.
Put that
my
shit
dog.
on,
I
man.
fuck with Antonio Brown, man.
Yeah. So going to the music, you didn't start rapping till what, 2018, right?
2018, okay, to be exact, January 1st, 2018. So how that even started was I was living in New Orleans for a period of time. Let me go back to like where it really rooted from.
Okay.
I was living in New Orleans, and pretty much me and my cousin used to go to the lagoon, get high and just freestyle. And then it was getting so intense and so like the bars were getting better and better, like the freestyle sessions were getting better and better, whereas we started recording on our voice memos. And now I'm full on like rapping the whole song, because I did it every day, literally like maybe 4 hours every day for a year straight.
Oh shit.
So I had to probably accumulated over 100 songs, and these like songs I really could have recorded, but they just voice memos. And what happened was I ended up breaking my phone and losing all my music. So that shit hurt me, you know what I'm saying? So at that point I'm like, man, you know what? I'm gonna try this music thing. So, but he told me to do it like this was back in 2015, to be honest. And he told me to do it back then, but I'm like, I ain't no rapper, bro. I'm finna go. I got back to Chicago and got some money. I got back into the money lane, and I just after a while, it just done. I just tried it. I'm like, January 1st on New Year's Day, I got all my homies. We got a bunch of bottles. We went to the club. I'm talking about club. It felt like the club. I made it the club, but we went to the studio, and shit. I just recorded my first songs. I was ass, but
Hey, got to start somewhere,
yeah,
right?
I just remember it, but it wasn't even. I wouldn't say I was ass. I just say. I got way better, but the first song was licked though, man. And so it was just like accumulation of what was going on, what was around. Like hitting licks was just like the thing at that time.
And did you fall in love with it right away, or did you start taking it serious right away too?
I instantly fell in love with it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna invest in myself. So I instantly got a studio. I bought my own studio, Fast Lane Studios, and it's crazy because I ain't even promote the studio, but it became a staple for out west.
Oh shit.
So, and then I had like the chalk wall, so every out west, like even ops signing the wall, just like literally it was for real. Like you go in there, it's like they like his bitch ass. Write my name. Fuck, I should scratch this shit out. Like man, don't get on that. But it's literally like that. So we just had the real traffic in the studio, and I ain't even promoted like that. It just out the strength of. Just kind of who I am to that part of the city.
I got you, man. And did you always go by Dagr8at, or how'd you get that name? Who gave you that name, or what's the story behind that?
So actually, I go by Turtle, right?
Okay.
So everybody, the streets know me as Turtle, but it happened from a Twitter handle. So I got on Twitter. My homie was like, back in college, they got Twitters to promote our events and shit. And I'm like, Twitter, I'm not really that well endowed with social media. I mean, I know it's a part of growth and stuff, but I wasn't really with the social media wave like that. And they like, you should get a Twitter, bro. Like they gonna fuck with you on Twitter. So I'm like, Twitter. So I got one. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be Turtle the Great then. And then that's where it came from. Okay. And then I just left the Turtle off, and then just I'm the Great.
I got you, man. And who would you say were like some of your musical influences then?
Oh, I would say my favorite artist is Fabolous, man.
Okay.
For a number of reasons, I feel like, of course, his fashion sense. I feel like I got fashion sense. I feel like I'm the freshest artist in Chicago. A lot of niggas ain't fucking with my swag. I put that shit on for real, and it ain't even all designer. You know what I'm saying? I could put on a suit, be fresh. Because I could do a lot of different ways. It's just my aura, impacts that style. So I feel like if I'm not the freshest, I am one of the freshest niggas in the city. So, and that's what made me, go to Fabolous, and then also his longevity in the game was he still makes good music. And then even like some of his projects or mixtapes was he working with relevant artists because it's Fabolous, you know what I'm saying? They're like, yeah, I'll do a song with you, bro. Like they really doing songs with him. So I would say Fabolous, of course. And 50 Cent, I love just how he took the game and put it on his back. That's how I feel like when I arrive, that's how my impact is gonna be too as well. Then also how he maneuvered into business as well. I feel like I got a business mind, so I feel like I can make similar moves to 50 Cent. So that's somebody I really like, and how he pioneered the game. And then of course Jay-Z. Jay-Z just the blueprint. Jay-Z is the blueprint of just how to from the bottom to the top. You know, you took it to the highest you probably can go in the whole lane. So I think that's for sure. Then younger artists, who I fuck with? Not so. I mean, I fuck with a lot of artists. I fuck with a lot, but those who influence like how I maneuver with their music though. But I fuck with a lot of artists.
What do you think of the Chicago music scene right now today?
Okay, I think it's heavily. It's a new drill. It's a new drill movement. It's a new drill movement or whatnot. So how Chief Keef and them, they did they drill when they came out. It was a certain way they did drill. Now it's more so. If you say it well, it's like action oriented drill. So everything is like, it sounds like raw, like it's happening. You feel like you're there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they putting it out there like that. And I feel like it's open though, because it's nothing different. You know, at the end of the day, how many different ways you could do a drill song or be a drill artist? It's not too many ways. So I think that leaves a open path to different things. Whereas you want to like the new movement now is juke tracks is back. You know, a lot of people making juke music or like dance music. And actually it's a genre, so it, like people sleep on it. I got some bangers in that genre too. So I think I'm one of the pioneers of the first people in that genre from Chicago for sure. But it's called Sexy Drill. Okay. You know, I learned it when I was in New York with one of my producers. Shout out Elion too, man. He be getting me right every time I go to New York. It's my nigga. But anyway, when I was out there, he put me on like, man, this the wave. So I did a song. That's when I came up with this song called In My Bag, or In the Bag. So that shit hard, but that's sexy drill. And I feel like that could be a new wave, new movement. And I think a lot of artists, they not necessarily, they still doing juke. It ain't really sexy drill to say at least, but they still doing juke music. And then outside of that, I mean, I like I say, the music scene is pretty, it's okay. It's okay. I think it need refreshment. It need new types of artists. That's what I say. But I fuck with all artists that's out right now too though, because at the end of the day, we all from the same struggle, trying to get to the same place. So I fuck with that aspect, but I'm gonna be the type to challenge them to take it further, you know? So that's what I will say. Nah,
real shit, man. Yeah, the drill music, it's just, it's so negative at times too, man. It's like a lot of bullshit comes behind it too these days.
Nah, it is, man. Like what they say, the new phrase, they putting a belt to that ass, man. Like for sure, like it is. Like it's just crazy. I seen somebody shooting a video. In the middle of the video, they having a shootout. Like real life shootout in the middle of the video. I'm damn. But they kept it. It was so raw. But that's how Chicago is. You know what I'm saying? They're like, what, the niggas shooting a video? They spent a few times like, yeah, that's them. So they have a real shootout in the middle of the video. So that's how real shit is in the city, though.
Yeah, it's more of a reflection of what's really going on.
Really going on, for real.
Nah, I dig that, man. Who were some of the first artists that you worked with, that you collabed with?
Oh, so I fuck with one of my homies from the crib. He actually was signed to Fabolous too as well. His name Josh K. We got some shit coming out this fall too, man. You already know that shit hard. You know, like I say, my project coming out later on in this year, well, early next year actually. But I'm dropping singles. You know, I got a song with him. That shit, club banger. It's hard music. It's pretty different. And I work with T-Rell.
That record's dope, man, that you guys put out too, man.
Yeah, and it's crazy because, like, don't get me wrong, he a cool dude, but where I'm coming from, I fuck with more of a stand-up type of niggas, you feel what I'm saying? Like, whereas, and it's a learning experience too as well, because I was on tour with him too as well, and it was kind of janky, you feel what I'm saying? It was janky, and I'm tour support, I'm paying with y'all to do this shit, and shit ain't going how y'all painted the picture, and niggas investing in this shit. You know, I ain't no goofy, I'm not by a long shot, but I'm a player though at the end of the day. So we came to terms to do other things like with the promotion since the tour didn't go right. And niggas ain't want to promote the song, you feel what I'm saying? Like the song going up regardless because of how I am or who I am, but you know, niggas ain't want to promote the song, and you know you can't expect people to be like you, but it's a learning experience working with artists, you know, that got like a so-called bigger platform at the point of time. So that's what I say, it's a learning experience. But shout out to T-Rell, keep putting them hoes on the mattresses, shorty. Keep laying them down, man, put them on the airbeds.
Yeah, that just speaks on the importance of getting this shit in writing. You
Exactly.
gotta get a contract like, hey,
Exactly.
you're gonna do the verse, you're gonna do the video, and you're gonna promote it too.
Right. And it kind of, and I think we had that type of agreement, but it just kind of shifted, it pivoted, and I got a lot of shit going on myself, so I ain't expecting you like, man, to be on some, like that type of vibe, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of shit going on myself, so if you saying you a man of your word, like, all right, since XYZ these dates didn't occur, we gonna promote this song instead. Stand on business, you feel what I'm saying? That ain't me to do, like, at the end of the day, like, we already had a contract from other shit, but I ain't no petty nigga to go back like, nigga, we had a contract, I could sue your ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm smart too, so I could have sued his ass and all that shit, but at the end of the day, I gotta say much love, much success to him, man. See him at the top, that's all I can say.
There you go, man. That's a good mindset to have too, man. Yeah. Talk about this TGIF freestyle, man. This shit hard, man.
Oh man, so like I said, I just go in the studio and like to have fun. And I fuck with Glorilla too as well. She an artist that's unique and genuine to herself. So I'm like, man, let me try it. You know, I was like, turn the beat on. Told my engineer, Major, turn the beat on, man. Let me see what I could do. And I just literally freestyled that shit.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really don't, I'm in that bitch like Wayne, you know what I'm saying? I really don't write for real. Literally, I go in the studio, like play the beat and just catch a vibe and then come up with concept songs. And I try to time myself. I try to record a song within an hour. So I try to do one song per hour every time I'm in the studio. Sometimes it might take an hour and 30 minutes if I'm doing some more melodic stuff.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you got to get the voice in there, so that's a little different.
Yeah. Talk about the inspiration for the song Avee.
Whew, let me take a little drink out that one, man. Whew. That's a little different, man. So, and I think out of all my songs, that's the most relatable. People gonna love that shit once it comes to the masses or whatnot. But I had lost my daughter or whatnot, and I ain't even, you know, I ain't know how to feel, so I put it into music. I ain't really know how to feel. I ain't know how to address it. It tore me out. Like I held my baby this big, you know what I'm saying? She was at 6 months, 6.5, 7 months. So I held her in my hand. I even got it tatted right here. You know, I got the actual picture of her tatted on me. But I held it in my hand, and that shit was like traumatizing. It was traumatizing, and that's what really got it. Like I'm like, man, I was talking, and I'm like, man, I'm trying to see what I'm trying to do something creative, more different on the song side. Let me do something different. And then the idea of that came up, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna write to it. So I actually wrote to that song, and I just kind of tried to paint that picture of not just my story, because I mean, it's more common than you would think. It's more common than you would think that a lot of people lose their children and whatnot. And you know, at the end of the day, I know a lot of people can relate to it because they, speaking from a male perspective, I know they don't know how to emotionally cope with it.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's hard to deal with those type of emotions. So I just, you know, kind of like Jay-Z's song, I put my mind stating like, it's kind of like the song cry. So it's my version like a song cry type of vibe.
Yeah, my condolences, man. I feel like that's something no father ever wants to go
Nah,
through,
you
man.
don't.
Yeah.
You don't like that. It's crazy. It's crazy work.
And was it Therapeutic recording that song? Did you kind of feel a little better after you got done with it?
I ain't gonna
or?
even hold you. I shed a few tears in the studio. I just, you know, that shit was hard to record.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm like, damn, I'm really recording a song about my daughter that I don't got. You know, so it was just like a release. It gave me a little closure in the moment, gave me a little closure, and shit, I got it done. And like I say, I think the more and more I propel, people gonna appreciate a lot of my older music.
Yeah, real shit. Band Freestyle. This shit's going up on YouTube.
Yeah, that was the first video I got 1 million views on, man, to be honest. and I caught it right in the right moment. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, what I was doing, I'm using anime. You know, I'm using when I'm
yeah, I noticed the animation videos.
Yeah. So I just thought of something creative because, you know, typical you could do like a video where you shooting yourself, but in my mind it's like, let me try something different. And when I tried it, like people gravitated to it crazily, and even then, like I fuck with Central C. I fuck with it. I ain't, you know, I heard a lot of his music, but I finally put a face to a name and his movement, and I fuck with it, how you doing it. I also fuck with Lil Baby too, Lil Baby hard. So when I heard the song, I'm like, oh, okay. Cause I'm a world traveler too, you know what I'm saying? I've been to a lot of places. So to see somebody like, cause a lot of people in America, they Americans, you know, they stay real local. So as I prepare, I'm trying to do songs with people everywhere, you know, cause I got the relationships in a lot of countries to do these different things. But like I said, I just want to kind of get my position and keeping it going up, cause I'm not closed-minded to that type of things. Just to see him do that and have much success with it was, I think that's at like 100+ million views and whatnot. So just to see that happen, you know, that motivate me to see like, oh, I could do similar things. I've had similar thoughts, you know. So yeah, I think that was kind of my motivation behind it. Of like, again, just turn the beat on, Major Joe. Let's have fun with this motherfucker. Let me see what I can do. Cause I freestyle pretty good, you know what I'm saying? Like for practice, repetition, and just want to brush up on my freestyling ability.
I dig it, man. Do you have a personal favorite song that you've put out so far?
Ooh, since that I put out so far, I'd say my personal favorite song I put out, it got to be Avee, man. At this point, it's just like,
it's so personal.
Yeah,
right?
sentimental value to it. It made me fuck with it above a lot of the other songs. Now, one song I feel like is dynamic and that's been a shift what I got going on is in the bag. Okay. So that's like that sexy drill, kind of like that more. It got New York, London drill. Look, think of it this way: it got New York, London, and Chicago all in one. So it got the juke vibes of Chicago. It got those the drums of New York, and then it just got the overall cadence of London. So I think all three of these markets gonna gravitate to that song for sure. So I think that's gonna be a big song for me too as well.
Yeah, and you got a video out for that? No, you only got the audio for it. In the back,
so
right?
I'm actually I'm working the audio. I'm gonna put a couple of reels out and one takes just to kind of promote that. And I'm shooting a video. It's coming real soon. Okay. I'm shooting that video, man. Like I said, I'm gonna give the people what they want. I just want to see that. Like, actually, that song, Spotify, I think that made me like 15,000 plays, and like I think I dropped it like a week ago. So it's picking traction.
Up, yeah.
It's picking traction up, you know. So I fuck with that, just trying to see the metrics and see who listening to what. So yeah, that song picked up faster than a lot of the other ones. Okay. And I ain't promoted like that either. So it's like, damn, it caught a wave. You know, it's on some decent playlists too. Yeah.
If you could put together like a dream collaboration, like who would you put on the song with yourself, man?
Oh man, that's good. I think I want to do songs. Okay, so a dream collaboration. That's good. Let me think. It'll be between, damn, that's tough.
I mean, you can put multiple people on the song.
I know, I'm trying to think like who, because I got a certain person like, all right, between Vori or Friday on the hook. You know, they cold on the hook, so I had them on the hook. And then, like me and Polo. I think me and Polo G, man. So, and I think that'd be big, whereas Polo G, he makes similar, like I got similar songs to how he, make music too. He tap into emotions, and he appeal to a lot of emotions of the people or whatnot. So I got songs the same way. So I think we'll go crazy on the track with like a nigga like Vori on the hook or Friday. You know, they got that different sound. Like they sing it, but they talking that shit though. You know.
And who would you get to do the beat then? Like what producer would you want on this?
Man, BGB, man. My little brother do beats.
Okay.
Yeah, Booby got beats. You know, I have him do the beats. So and if that's non-industry. So if I'm saying industry, who I have on the beat? That's a good question. I'm trying to think who got that sound for some shit that we'll put together. I'm gonna say probably my nigga Made, man. Look, it's tough. Okay, so probably DJ L or something. Just bring L back. Like he a Chicago legend or whatnot. From he put a lot of the drill music on, but it wouldn't even necessarily be a drill sound. He diverse. So I think if I were to keep it Chicago, and just kind of pull in, and even then, that's what I say. That's the move. Them people. I think that'd be a hard track though.
No, I got you, man. Yeah. So you mentioned new project on the way, top of the year. What type of vibes should we expect to hear on this end?
It's crazy. So me and my nephews, we listened to the whole project on the way here.
Okay.
And I got a lot of different vibes, whereas you get some songs that give you more concrete value to a little bit about me, but I'm putting bangers and hits on this motherfucker. So it's a lot of hits on here, whereas a lot of people, I think, in the mind state when they doing their music is, I'm gonna make music to just tell my story. And I'm gonna make music to go platinum. You know what I'm saying? That's my goal. Like, I'm trying to touch everybody. I don't just want to tell my story. I can tell my story in certain songs or certain things, but you got turn up music. You got music for the youth that they relate to. You got music that actually talks about me. You got cause in a nutshell, I make hustler music. I feel like, but it's more so chic lifestyle. I'm a lifestylist. You know what I'm saying? I live a lavish lifestyle. That's everything I kind of personify is lifestyle. If people that know me, they know. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I've been over 15, 20 countries in a matter of like 2-3 years. Whereas I really be outside, so I'm really cultured. So I see a lot of different things and I see a lot of different aspects. So that kind of goes into my music. So, and I think you'll hear that within my music. If you really listening, I got bars, bro. Like I talk that shit. So I'm one of the most, and the thing is I'm not a drill artist. I call myself a storyteller. So you're gonna hear some shit, you're gonna hear some shit in my music. Whereas if you want to learn how to get some money, if you want to learn how to balance being in college and balance being in the streets, if you want to learn how to balance different things, if you want to go get a woman, if you know what I'm saying, if you want to flex, I make all these different types of songs, whereas a lot of people are gonna be able to relate to it. So I think it's a holistic project. It ain't really one sound. You're gonna hear a lot of different sounds, a lot of versatility.
I got you, man. Next single, next video, you got something ready to go?
Yeah, so actually me and my dogs, we had we had shot, what's the song shit called? It's some shit called Gents. So it's Gents, but it's spin off. I don't know if it's okay, so that song is 21 Savage, Drake, and Young Thug. It's up.
Okay, yeah.
We remixed that bitch, shot a video. The video go crazy.
Oh, shit.
So it's really embodying okay, this who we is in the city. It kind of give you the vantage point. All right, I'm back in the city, so I basically I give you kind of the outlook of the video. So I'm back in the city. So I call my homies man, throw something for a nigga, put something together. So we throw a big ass barbecue. And so you see the barbecue in the video, but you see it started for me man, I'm downtown having my coffee, reading the newspaper type shit. Then it go into just a normal day in the lifestyle of the littest nigga in the city,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds hard right there, man. Yeah.
So you'll see it's the shit that it's never seen before shit in there. I'm the first nigga to do a lot of shit, but in that video you're gonna see some shit oh nah, they snapping.
Oh shit. What's some advice you would share to some new artists trying to get their foot in the door right now?
Man, I would say, let me look at the camera for this one. Hey, all the shorties out there, man, stay true to yourself, be creative, don't follow nobody's wave, create your own wave. Just go in the studio, vibe out, and don't be scared to take criticism. Don't be scared to try different things, music-wise and all. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be scared to push their horizons. Don't be scared of anything. Just go in there, try it. I mean, you may like it, may not like it, but just give yourself a chance to do that shit. Don't veer away from it, and you'll go further, because You don't want to sound like the next person. So that's how you know, Juice WRLD didn't sound like nobody. That's why he had the impact he did. Chance the Rapper didn't sound like nobody. That's why he had the impact. Chief Keef, when he came out, didn't sound like nobody. So that's how he had the impact. So think about the impact versus anything else, and that'll take you further than you are right now.
Nah, wise words right there for sure, man. Go ahead and plug your social media so everyone know where to follow you at.
All right, man. Dagr8at. Everything, you know, Dagr8at. Instagram, TikTok. I don't really do Twitter that much, but you know, I'm on that Turtle the Great, the same way Dagr. But really, mainly go on Instagram and TikTok, man. Dagr8at.
For sure.
Latest in the city, the hood mayor. You already know what's going on.
Yeah. And you want to do any shout outs before you wrap it up here, man?
Man, like shout out my nigga Richie West, man. Shout out my nigga K-Fly-Quet. What's up? What's poppin', man? We got the city, hey, new wave, new movement. Shout out Major too. Booby got beats. Nard, what's good? Q, there's a lot of niggas, man. I fuck with the whole city, but shout out the whole Chicago, man. Keep going up, Joe. We took a big loss, man. Dirt, keep your head up, Joe. Real life, yeah.
Girl, you know you bad where you sit up in that section. Gotta meet your mama, tell her you a blessing. G63 when I saw you out in traffic.